Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning, and it is March 12th. Yes. And it's daylight savings time here in the United States, or pretty much all of the United States. I know that there's some places that aren't. How are you all? I am doing well. Crazy as usual, but it's the way that it goes in my life. I'm sorry that I haven't been filming. You know, life. It's crazy. Every time I go to film something, something else happens. And I spent a couple of days looking for a die cut. I feel like I've lost my wedding ring. I know it's crazy, but anyway. This journal is my 1,000 subscriber giveaway journal, which is way overdue. And Celeste is the winner. And she has been very patient. And I so appreciate her patience. I started this journal back when I got 1,000 subscribers. I actually started it just prior to 1,000 subscribers. And the next thing I knew, I had 1,200 subscribers, and so I did a drawing, and Celeste from Woodland, I'm sorry, Celeste. I know it's Woodland something. She's on Etsy. She's marvelous. She's fantastic. She does the most amazing die cuts and packaging, and she's taught me so much. She really has. And so Celeste, this is your journal, and her name is Emma's Roses, and I'll get started. I haven't done a video in a while, so pardon me. I hope you're all having a good morning. I hope you all remember to turn your clocks back. I did not. My husband just told me it was 11 o'clock and not 10 o'clock. I thought I was way ahead of time. I've had my camera up high, so you can see probably all this mess on my desk, but it's where I keep everything that I can reach. And so yeah, I'll get started. So this is Emma's Roses, and this is her cover. And her cover was very easy, but once I got into it, I was like, oh goodness. Okay, where do I go? I knew in the back of my mind what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a tall skinny journal, which I've done before, but it came out too chunky. So chunky that I ended up making 3 journals out of it. But this one came out really well, so I'm really pleased with it. This is the closure. It's just some chiffon sari, which I love, and I don't remember where I got it, but if I do remember, I'll link below as to where I got it. She doesn't carry it all the time, but when she does, she is so gracious, and she will let me know that she has it in stock. But it's very soft, and it's just beautiful. And she is on Etsy. And she's very reasonable. I mean, I bought another skein, which I really didn't need, but I was just so afraid that, you know, you just never know when they're going to carry it again. And she doesn't get a lot of it in. And like I said, it's a chiffon sari as opposed to the silk sari. So it irons really well. And, you know, it comes regular, you know, tied together and stuff in places, sewn together, but it's just gorgeous and very soft. I added a pink chiffon rose, and then I made a small dangle. I am not a jewelry expert, but I can make a few dangles, so I added that. Now you can untie her, or you can just slip off this. It slips off and slips on very easily. I hope I am staying in frame. So here she is, Emma's Roses, and I have these aside because I still have to sew them. I'm going to do some cross stitching and things on these. So these cards are going to go inside here, but I've been looking for a die cut to put these on, and I can't find it, and so that's why it's being late sent out. But it will get sent out tomorrow, so that'll be a good thing. So this is the cover, and all I did was I made 3 little tiny envelopes, put a pearl at the bottom of each envelope, put a little postcard here, backed it onto another postcard, and then I embossed some of my lace masterboard and put some pink lace here, and then just some fibers are back there, and that's the cover. And so and this here is very antique. I got it from a doll maker from Germany, and she was 98 years old and still making dolls and doll clothes. I actually got a lot of patterns from her and from her daughter, and I asked her if she had any fabrics or laces left, and she sent me a bag full. And it took me a long time to wash it all and press it all, but anyway, this was the only piece, and I've been hoarding it, but when I measured it, it fit exactly both sides. So I put it on this journal because it just went so well. And there's a few layers of lace. There's, I think, 3 layers of lace on the edge. So anyway, it's just gorgeous. It really is. And I didn't wash it or anything. It's in its original state. It's probably about 80 years old. And I used all antique, some vintage laces, and then the rest is just ribbons. I didn't do a lot of sewing. So that's the inside of the cover. I just, it's regular cardstock, and I printed it on both sides. And then here's the front page, and it's just 1888. It's just a newspaper clipping about roses, and this is from Ruby and Pearl XO. I don't remember all the digitals I used, so you'll have to pardon me on that. This is on onion skin paper. Here's Emma in her garden, and some music sheet. And I just clipped this here so that it would keep this pocket closed. I didn't want to glue it closed. And then I just put some of these cards in there. These are from the Graphic Fairies. And this, I just collaged it, collaged a rose on it, and then put a few little bits of glossy accents to bring out the little roses, and, you know, just to make them a little bit, you know, more, give it more depth and more color. So, and this song is called, I think it's called Lovely Rose, or something like that. I don't remember. So Lovely Rose is the name of the song. And this was printed over music sheet, and this was the original. And I got those from the Graphic Fairies. And then here is a belly band I made for Lori from Enchanted Dream 71. She has a Facebook group, and it was, this was a belly band. Well, it was supposed to be a belly band, but it was too wide. So I made it into a pocket. Inside, I just put some sentiments from Ruby and Pearl. And so those go inside here. One describes Celeste very well, and it says, if you have good thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeam, and you will always look lovely. And that reminded me of Celeste. And then it says, let your soul shine, which she always does. And then here is the one that really speaks most of Celeste. It says, the most beautiful people wear their hearts on their sleeve, and their souls in their smiles. So that describes her very well. And this is just collaged and stamped on tracing paper, and then I backed it on lace. And that has just a Velcro closure. Again, another Rose magazine from the 1800s. This is a very antique French book page, very fragile rag paper. So I just backed it onto some of this paper and just put a sample stamp. And some more roses and pinks and peaches and greens. And then the other side of this pocket with a doily pocket. Another side of this page with a doily pocket. This is a waxed. Now what I did was I printed this on music paper, and then I ironed it with wax. So it looks like vellum. It feels great too. And if you can see like right through it. It's pretty cool, and it's very sturdy. And you can back these on anything. I just left it the way it is. And the reason why I print over music paper or music sheet or even digital is because it leaves me without having to fussy cut it. I do a lot of fussy cutting and I love it, but sometimes, yeah, the more fragile flowers I do that with. Another newspaper. Here it's wallpaper from Ruby and Pearl. And here was washi tape. Again, Lori from Enchanted 71's Facebook group. And like I said, she's running different challenges this month. Well, every month for the year. I'm sorry, that looks like I need to fix that. What I typically will do, and I'll do this afterwards, is with this ribbon, I just take my lighter or a flame and I just run it really like above it, and it just fuses that, so that doesn't happen. So that goes inside. I stenciled this with some Dusty Rose stencil. And that goes right in here. This was for Washi Wednesday. And this is faux washi that I make out of tissue paper. Put some flowers on it. This is washi. This is washi. And on the back, this is a washi sticker. This is Be a Favorite Version of Yourself. And then this is a washi sticker and a butterfly again that I have put over some script. And then this is just embossed. And that's just a tag, and it slides into this little tuck spot. Oh, I put a little piece of twine around the little jar, and I cut this jar out of a magazine when I punched it out. I do a lot of that. I glue the magazine page onto paper, and then I do my punching, and it gives a really nice, pretty effect. So I did that, and I won't continue going on like that because it'll take too long. This is just on tea stain paper. Again, I did the rose embossing, not embossing, the stencil, French paper pocket, collage tag, and then some more pictures of Ella with her roses, and some more roses. And this one says, "Sweet spring, full of sweet days and roses, a box where sweets compact with life." And that goes in here. I didn't put anything on the back of that. It's just lace. That's just tea stained. And then this is just collaged, and I put a door here, and I just collaged it with a bunch of different papers. and backed it on some linen paper. And here I have a doily paper, and then this is just a photograph from a digital, and then this was from a collage board, but it didn't have anything on it when I cut it up, so I just embellished it with some roses and a heart, and this slips right inside this pocket. And that's the back of the pocket. These are my own roses that I took a picture of. And then on the back it says, wild roses are fairest, and nature a better gardener than art. And that slips right in there. Another one of those newspapers. This is something I made with G-Car's free digital. It's just a little tag, and I put some tulle over the top, and then I fussy cut all these flowers out of one of her pages that she had given as a freebie, and then I put the hearts on, and a little butterfly, and some blue paper. It's just all collaged. It's not the way she made it, but I couldn't remember how she made it, so I cut it out and made my own. So this goes inside this little doily pocket. And I didn't flatten down the roses. I left them, you know, up. So, like a 3D effect. Another one of those, I made this into a belly band, and another one of those washi, this is washi tape on my lace masterboard, and then faux washi here and faux washi here. And what I mean by faux washi is it's just tracing paper, very thin tracing paper I run through my printer, and then I use it as washi tape. And this just says, I will praise the Lord who counsels, sees every night, my heart instructs me. So, and then I made a belly band out of this. And then this is just spackle here. And I added some re-inker, some Dusty Rose re-inker. And you can see it turn pink. I've tried everything. I've tried acrylic paints. I've tried everything. The re-inker works. So if anybody wants to change the color of either their modeling paste, I use spackle, but for wallboard, but anyway, it came out really pretty. It came out a very dusty rose. And then this is just the center, and I put these on here because I didn't want to put beads on, and I was going to put stamps, but I couldn't find the right stamps out of my whole stamp collection. It was taking me forever, so I just used those. This is another tracing paper that I had collaged on and stamped, and I made a double pocket out of it. Inside here is one of Rachel Roxy Creations. I made it out of a check, so that's the check, and I just put a sample stamp, and then it's filled with roses, rose tags, all backed, and etched in some pink dusty rose. And there's that one. This one I stamped, and then made a smaller one. And then down here I just did a little collage. And you don't have to put this on, I just put it on for aesthetics. And that slides right inside this. Oh, these pockets are made out of tracing paper. Roxy Creations Weekly Challenge. And you can take these off, Celeste. You don't have to keep them on. This says, presented to Celeste by Cheryl. Thank you for subscribing. And that goes right inside this pocket somehow. This is just, I love these. Now, I got this idea from Gail Agnestelli. She did some tall ones, but I did mine out of 8.5, 11 by sheet. I wanted to figure out a way to keep this so that it would still open, and Lori on Enchanted Dreams 71 on her, she was making these, and she figured out a way. So I was so excited, but it says, you may break, you may shatter the vase, if you will, but the scent of the rose will hang round still. And that's by Thomas More. And I just collaged this card on the front of some ledger. And then it opens like this for writing space. But Lori gets the credit for this. That was a very, very good idea because it looks like a tag, but when you open it up, you've got plenty of writing space. So I was really happy about that. And then these are just some cards that I made to look, you know, postcards that I made to look antique. They are digitals, but I made them look antique by a process that I do. I think I showed it in the video. And I just put some stickles on these roses to bring them out. That's that one. This one was another, this was supposed to be a side tuck. Another challenge by Lori. And I had this paper for years. It's Minte, and I've never done anything with it. So I took the sheet, I cut it up, I put it on a doily, and then I put this on this doily, which is tea stained, and I also inked it with some Dusty Rose. And then I cut this out, and I put some glue dots behind it to raise it up and make it 3D. And then inside here, of course, I always have to add my flowers, but this time I put it in music sheet, and I just did like a few of the petals in there to kind of make it like a shaker card, but they don't really shake around. And then this is just a photograph of a woman walking on a beach, and I've got some rose cardstock in there so that you can see that when you open it. And it's just a little secret pocket, which came out adorable. I love it. I think I have a thread there. It's good when you kind of go through things like this because then you see all your little errors. So that tucks right inside here. And this is my little side tuck for that little challenge. A lot of this is printed on linen paper or presentation paper. Not presentation paper. This is just color lock paper, which is good for my printer because I have an HP inkjet. So it locks the color in like not like a laser, but it works well. And then this was just a little heart rose. Well, it was a heart. Well, it was a piece of paper that I cut into a heart to accentuate the rose. And then this is just, you open it up, there's half the heart there. It says, go where your heart sparkles. And then just a little collage card that I made. And this is on the French book pages from the 1800s. And that goes right on there. And then another card that I made look very vintage and old by a process that I do. And this is just in a lace pocket. This is not antique. I don't even know where I got it, but it's not antique. Another page of the Rose magazine from Ruby and Pearl. This I know is from Rachel from Roxy Creations. I've had this since I started doing digitals. And inside here is just a little postcard, and then backed on some old stationery I found at a anyway, it's part of the envelope. It's an old box of stationery I found. I bought it for the box, but the stationery is actually pretty. So I backed that on that. I made a pocket out of this card. Again, on the tissue, on the typing paper, the onion skin paper. This is the medium weight, so it's not as thin as the onion skin. It's medium weight typing paper, so it's not as thin. But it's nice and aged, so you don't have to tea stain it or anything, which is nice. This was another page out of the newspaper, but I chalked in the roses just to give them some color. Just a stenciled page. These are from Roses in the Garden by, I'll think of her, but they go in pretty much all of my journals. I just love roses. This is a postcard. I can't remember exactly who it's from, but these are from Mrs. Cog, Roses, Pink in the Garden, it's called. And there's Emma again. Emma's mom in the garden. Emma's grandma painting some roses. Some more roses. Emma's mom gathering roses. Here's another picture of Emma. Emma's parents. Emma's mom. She's so proud of her roses. Emma just loves to pray in the garden. She also likes to pick roses. And here is another one. And these are all from Pink in the Garden by Mrs. Cog. I've had this kit forever and use it a lot. You see it a lot in my work. Oh, and then this is just tea stain paper that I wanted to make it kind of look like wallpaper. So I just stenciled it with roses to make it look like vintage wallpaper on the tea stain paper. Because I didn't want it to just be plain. So as you can see, most of it is roses. These are all back. Again, some roses here and roses here, but writing. There's plenty of writing space in here. Another one of those washi tape tags. This, I wish now I had done it differently. It was an idea that I came up with my whale tail punch. And I wish now, when I had done it originally, I put 2 tabs because it was really difficult to line up. Let me take this out so you can see that it is lined up. It's very lined up. And so it just flips up like this. I put a couple of little brads here. I hope I'm in frame. And it's like a waterfall. And they all just flip up. And they all have little brads in them. But like I said, if I had 2, they would have been much easier for me to, they still line up, but it would have been much easier to line up. And then underneath here, I just put this postcard. It's got some lavender, and I think this is from Shampoo. And this just slides into this little tuck spot. Again, Shampoo. And these are all Shampoo. This I clipped because I didn't want to close up the pocket on the music sheet. And again, it's from Roxy Creations Weekly Challenge, or Weekly Challenge, I think it's called. There's a bow here. And then in here, I just put a cluster here of fabrics, all different fabrics, and some cheesecloth, laces, a button, and a little ticket. And then inside here is a bunch of spring tickets. I know that she is just, I know she's going to be waiting for spring. She just had another snowstorm. So there's some spring tickets in there. I embossed it. It's on linen paper. And then inside here, I put a doily, glued some tickets there, and then a whole bunch of tickets in here she can use in a spring journal if she so chooses. And that slides right inside this vellum pocket. And then inside this vellum pocket, and again, this is out of a check. And the check comes from Roxy Creations, if anybody's interested. These are just stickers, faux washi stickers that I put on the check. But this check is awesome, and these holes were there. So I made the hole again. And then in here is just a book of some tracing paper, some more vintage and antique lace. This is from a antique ledger, some piano paper, some of that French rag paper, more of the ledger. This is actually out of deli paper that I embossed, and it just comes out so pretty, and it's very soft. I love it. I got the deli paper at the hospital, and I was visiting Lindsay one time, and I thought I'm going to take that, emboss it, and see how it works, and then buy myself some, and it worked great. I love it. And then just another French book page, just a different one. Some more embossed paper, but this is actually a coffee filter that I embossed. And then some more tracing paper. And that just slides in here. And that's just something for her to play with, or for her to write notes on, or what have you. And that just slides right in there. And again, the paper clip's not necessary, but it looks pretty, so I put that there. And then this goes here. This is just a Tim Holtz flower. It's nice and sturdy. And then I paper clipped it instead I glued it, so that it was easy access getting in and out, and it would keep it sturdy. Like that. This is Broadway Rose. That's why I chose this particular music sheet. I just thought that was quite interesting. Another typing paper. Now this is my, I use these in all my journals. I got this from Rose Paper Hill Cottage. That's Heather. And this idea. And it's magnetic paper clip. So you open it up, and I have some more pictures from Pink in the Garden. This is Emma and her brother. And this is her parents, and then her mom. And then that just closes like this. And it's magnetic. And then I put some pearls on these little pictures of Emma. And a sample stamp. And then on this side, again, it's got the magnet on this side. So got this from my masterboard that I did on a calendar, and when I cut it up, I turned it over. It's just a calendar page. This is where the numbers were, so I did the whole masterboard, and that's the collage from the masterboard. And when I flipped it over, it was perfect. It says hydrangeas bloom early in spring. That's part of the calendar. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then just another collaged rose, and I aged it. And like I said, this is so fun. I love making these. This is the inside of it, and it closes like that. I'll put it away later. And then at the back, that's the journal. And then at the back, I just made a little ephemera holder. It's got a little picture of Emma's in here, a sample. And you open it up, it's got a Velcro here. And then inside, it's just got some things, some old checks from Graphic Fairies. They're not real Graphic Fairies. And then I had some scraps, so I just, you know, made some little writing paper for her. I just loved that. And I folded it like that so it would look like that. Some more writing paper. I always use my scraps. So this just opens up like that. And then this kind of tucks in here. This opens up as well, same way, but I just tucked it in like this and closed it out. This is Graphic Fairies, but I just did some sample stamps. And then this is one of those little charms that I make. It's got some lavender and some more lavender. And this just opens up. And it's just a little book. It's got some roses. And then I stamped mostly on the pages that I put in here. This is just some tissue paper that I stamped on. Some more paper. Some pink avocado. Inside here is 2 pockets. So you've got a pocket here. Another picture of Emma with her roses. And then this side is another picture of Emma with her doll. And that goes inside here. I love these little antique pictures. And I think I sized these down. I'll just put that in there for now. And I just stamped again here. Added a couple little roses. And this is another pocket of Emma sleeping with roses in her hair. And then some more writing pages. Just a scrappy little notebook. And I'll tie that up later. And this all fits inside here. And as soon as I finish doing these, which I'm just going to do some cross stitching on them, then it will get mailed out tomorrow. And those will go inside here as well. And I back those with some pink cardstock. Lightweight, not very hot, not very heavy, but just enough to give these pictures, you know, some sturdiness. And I just, you know, they all had pictures of women with roses. And like I said, I had an idea with a die cut for them, but I can't find the die cut. I even contacted Celeste, and she doesn't have it either. So I have the smaller ones, but my bigger one's missing. I think I must have thrown it away at Christmas time. And that just Velcro shut. And believe it or not, this is some vintage. Oh, and then back here it says, "The rose is fairest when it's budding new, and hope is brightest when it dawns from fears. The rose is sweetest washed with morning dew, and love is loveliest when embellished in tears." And then I just collaged a fussy cut flower. And then in here, I put in, this is a sticker. Wait a minute. One's a sticker, one is faux washi. Okay, so this I waxed. You can see through it. This is a sticker. So all you have to do is put some either double-sided tape on this or some glue, you know, glue stick. This I waxed as well. You can see through it. So it's kind of like faux washi. And this is a picture I had taken a long, long time ago. It's just a hat on a chair with some roses. And I waxed that as well to make it look like some marshy. And I tucked those in the back pocket. And this was some stationery. I got a whole box of it. It was wedding invitations. And it was 100 of them. So I just printed on it. I printed the front and the back. And then I cut it down so that I could make a pocket. And then I just Velcroed it closed. And then that goes inside here. And this is the closure. So I hope you all enjoyed that walkthrough. I hope I wasn't too long. I will be back again as soon as I can to do some craft-alongs because I have a lot of ideas. So until I see you again, be well, be safe, and God bless. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good Sunday.